met her at a club. First thing that came to my head was making love. But I didn't want to come off like a thug, so I just rolled with it. I mean, push comes to shove. I got a lot of women in my stable who love a brother swagger and ain't looking for a label. So I just mess with shit under the table and take time to get in the line and tell a
3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, a little high. What's going on, everybody? What's up? Welcome to a little thing that we call the Cipher 360. I am your host, Marcus the Kid Warren, and with me is my man, Muff. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great today. My bad. My bad. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna get into what I feel was one of the dopest releases in some time. You know what I mean? And that's Prhyme. Prhyme is composed of Royce the 5'9" and DJ Premier. Okay. Where can they hit us?
They can hit us up on our email account. Very easily. We are kidandmuff44@gmail.com. That is KIDDANDMUFF44@gmail.com. They can also hit us up on Twitter. We are the Cipher Crew. Make sure you hit us up.
Okay. Yeah, great CD. Great CD. I have a lot to say about it, but I'll let you go ahead and set it off.
Well, I mean, what can you say? I mean, you have two legends in the game. I mean, Royce the 5'9" is obviously one of the better lyricists that we have out today. As a matter of fact, Royce the 5'9" has been in the game for a long time, and still. I mean, not to sound cliche, but I mean, he is, to me, he's in his prime right now. You know, because he's an MC that actually made it large, but still, at the same time, he still is at that point where he's still hungry, and he rhymes like he's hungry. And I mean, you put an MC like that with a legend like Prhyme, whatever, it's over, it's done. That's all I gotta say.
So let me give you a little context to the album a little bit. He's silly. I wait for him to come back here.
Anyway, I'm back.
Give it a little context. What did they do? How did this project even come about?
Good question.
There's a gentleman by the name of Adrian Young, who I've been listening to for a minute ever since the Black Dolomite's soundtrack. Okay, and he scored the Black Dynamite. That was Freudian, kind of, because it's like it's like kind of a Dolomite type of movie, by the way. But I digress. Black Dynamite. He did the score for it, and this is a guy who pretty much, I think, trained himself how to play instruments. Okay, but he does it from a hip hop perspective, but he has a very 70s black exploitation feel to his music. Okay, second time I heard him, he did the first 12 Reasons to Die with Ghostface a couple years ago. He followed that up with 12 Reasons to Die Part 2 with Ghostface, which, by the way, and I don't know if we're going to review this formally at some point or not, but 12 Reasons to Die Part 2 with Ghostface is another one of the illest albums of the year. I think when all is said and done, I'm definitely nominating that album for Album of the Year along with what we're reviewing right now. So anyways, Adrian Young has a body of work. So what they did was this. Listen, DJ Premier, why don't you basically sample Adrian Young's catalog? And to hear DJ Premier talk about this, he goes, well, listen, man, it's a little quirky for me. He didn't have, usually he pulls from a variety of sources for his samples. I get it, but him just be locked down just to one type of music, I think for him was a little awkward at first. But once he started putting it down, I mean, if you guys heard the instrumentals to Prhyme, it's off the hook. Now, a couple things. The thing about Prhyme is Royce the 5'9", as you mentioned before, is lyrically one of the most gifted MCs out there. He's one of those, what I call rhyme animals. There's a couple rhyme animals. Cannabis is a rhyme animal to me. It's like no matter, like you can't even judge them with regular MCs because they're just incredible. They just spit. They're just natural born spitters. That's what Royce the 5'9" is. Now, he's got a couple guest appearances on there. He's got his Slaughterhouse click on there. A little bit. He's got my man, Jay Electronica is on there, who almost gets him on his own album, but he holds himself down. My man Logic, actually, and there's going to be a deluxe version of this album that's going to come out soon. Logic, one of my favorite MCs, is actually on one song on the deluxe album, and it's also, this track I'm speaking about is called Mode. It's also on the Southpaw soundtrack, Mode, okay? At any rate, it's just Premier laying down the track, and them dudes, no real hook to it, just saying they're in beast mode, but them just laying down, just going bar for bar. It's incredible. Courtesy off the hook. Here's the thing about Prhyme. You can play it from beginning to end. There's no skippable tracks on that album. It's just like freaking crazy. He has Common on there. Common's up there spitting like crazy. He's got Mac Miller's on there on one track. Look, DJ Premier, you know, it's got some cuts in there, the whole nine. DJ Premier, to me, and like you said, if you ask me, I think he's probably the greatest producer ever. You know, he's definitely the Mount Rushmore producer, along with your Pete Rocks, and, you know, your Jay Dillas, and it's not just cliche Jay Dilla. I'm just a big Jay Dilla fan. You know, whoever she would add up there, and we'll have that. We've already talked about that beforehand. Just absolute boom bap, you know, without sounding dated though. So, you know, it's the key nowadays is to take that 90s sound. How would it sound updated? To me, that's what Prhyme is. That's what Prhyme is. But go ahead.
Well, I definitely agree. I'm not going to repeat anything you said, but I mean, it's like I agree totally with what you said before. It's like, look, this is what you call timeless music.
Timeless.
When it comes to Primo, when it comes to Royce the 5'9", you can. I mean, we can listen to this. You could have listened to it in the 90s. You could be listening to it 20 years from now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the kind of product it is. That's the kind of artist that they are. And, you know, I think you pretty much said it all. Prhyme is just an excellent, excellent listen.
Yeah, so I think I mean Schoolboy Q's on the track here. Your man Dwele actually sings a hook on You Should Know. It comes off real dope. What else am I missing about? Ab-Soul's on the album. I mentioned Slaughterhouse, just top to bottom. I'm going to go ahead and rate it right now, and I'm dead serious. I don't care what y'all say out there. This thing is a solid 5 Cyphies. 5 Cyphies. It doesn't lack in beats. It does not lack in lyrics. It is top to bottom. And if there's anything, if it's missing anything, y'all let me know. I think this is really what a hip-hop album sounds like.
Well, it's going to be really crazy to agree about something twice in 2 segments. But yeah, I agree that it's a flawless effort. Royce 5'9" just destroys these beats. And I mean, they're being pitched out there by one of the greatest producers out there in the game, Primo. So how do you lose on that one?
Yeah. I mean, they've always, if you've heard the collaborations with Primo and Premier over the years, they've always been home runs. You know, to keep with the baseball reference here. You know, Boom. You know, even the joint Riders Block, where it's with Eminem on Success is Certain album. And Shady actually spits the hook on it a little bit, but actually that was a remix by Premier. You know, hip hop. You know, Something to Ride To, Hit 'Em, Hood Love. All of these are Royce the 5'9" and Premier collaborations, but to me, this album is the best one they've put together. You know, look it up on the internet, get the album if you haven't gotten it. It's off the hook. I didn't mean to do that, but I'll put this over here. It's very good. 5 Cyphies.
5, Prhyme. Get it. Pick it up. If you don't, you're an asshole. And you can hit us up and let us know if we're assholes at our Gmail account. Kiddingmuff44@gmail.com. That is KIDDANDMUFF44@gmail.com. You can also hit us up on the Twitter account. We are the Cipher crew on Twitter.
He was doing so well.
Sorry. And make sure you pick up the one Prhyme. Royce the 5'9", Primo. You can't go wrong with it. Why? Because the Cipher said so, son. We out. Peace.
Every time I write a rhyme, I feel like Megatron going against Optimus Prime for the very last time. Once y'all stand, once y'all fall, let me know you're not appalled. Put your hands up in the air, say yes, sure. We're all gathered to witness the babbling of a madman again, grabbing the mic, staggering, mentally unraveling in front of an audience, by himself battling, threatening to kill a whole crew with a single javelin. Clavicle shattering, hammering haters in their shoulders, thinking I'm scared of their name cause they claim me the heat holders. You're not soldiers, need to wake up and smell the Folgers. You need nuts the size of boulders, you need Jehovah, just like I need a Corona with a slice of lime. Who's nice as mine? I'm here to spread the word, the herbs, you gotta be more precise to rhyme. I'm slicing spine just to see if you got a backbone. If not, I'm sending you back home in the trunk of a Cadillac Brougham. To the people in the front, gonna give you what you want, like, yeah.